Hey guys, welcome back to more AFK Arena. In today's video, we are back over on the new account. We have managed to hit rank 1 on our server as free to play. That's the thing I do love about the test server is it's mainly free to play wars unless you get someone who's in the region who can manage to spend in the game. But I wanted to go through because we are in chapter 31, which is where you start needing 2 teams. And I wanted to go through what I've done on this account. Now, I will do a more of a guide video in the coming week or so, going through your options for carries for this stage of the game. For me personally, I just wanted to go through what I've done for this one. I need to talk to more people who have done this type of pushing recently as well to get consolidated thoughts on what is the actual best, but I want to show you guys what I have gone for my second team and give you guys my logic on why I've done that and how it is working. So over here, just a little flex. Like I said, this is nothing massive because it is the test server, so we are sitting at rank 1, but I do love new servers on the test server because it is kind of like just free to play wars. So if we jump over here and take a look at my heroes, you can see I have been doing a lot of summons. Now, I did get a lot of progress, and once again, I'll do a progression guide soon, but the massive thing where you get a lot of progress, I haven't done any of Trial of Gods yet, but it's the Wandering Balloon. You can see I've actually cleared a ton of these Wandering Balloons. This takes a heap of time, but they do give you a bunch of resources. Now, the big thing that I got here was the 30 signature item on my Ivan. Ivan with 30 signature item is a huge achievement for your progression on your account, and that is one thing that is absolutely massive for it. So if you can get those red chests and get Ivan built first, that is fantastic. Now, as you can see, the other thing, obviously I'm using my Rem as my main carry. Rem is just absolutely fantastic. You can see I did actually manage to RNG 2 dimensional pieces out of the guild store. I'm out of tier 1 upgrades though, but we've got Rem as our main carry, and I am using Damon as my second carry. Now, keep in mind, the thing about Damon that's fantastic is he requires low investment to work, and because we are on new accounts when we are doing this, if we go to the events tab, we have the Legacy of Grit, which means for the first 4 weeks of your account, like it's available for more than that, but you can get up to 4 free character swaps. So if I get further on, I'm like, I don't think I need Damon. Maybe I get lucky in the Stargazer and I get my Liberta built up. Then I can swap Damon away for another character that is more valuable to my account in general, which I do like that aspect of this early game. But the thing I like about Damon is there is a couple things and reasons why I am using him as my second carry, and I will demonstrate that with a couple runs and stuff. We are at a pretty hard stuck phase at the moment. The reasons I like him, one is because he is plate gear and so is Rem. So as you're going through the game, I was upgrading Rem gear to tier 2, which was just Graveborn gear. I was waiting for those Graveborn plate pieces, upgrading them to tier 2. It helped boost my Rem in the pre-chapter 31 phase. Then when we get to chapter 31, now I have 2 plate wearers as my main DPS, and I can shuffle that gear between the 2 to see which one's going to give me the most benefit and which stage is harder. So as you can see here, Rem is currently on the Graveborn chest and boots, and if we go to my Damon, who is over here, he is not on those pieces. And the reason I've got that is because the Rem stage is actually harder for me at the moment, even though the Damon stage is much weaker. It's because I'm using Bones with Damon. So it gives you that extra flexibility. And like I said, at this stage, we don't have a ton of well-built characters. So having a tanky carry, I kind of like more than using something like a Scarlet, who is definitely another option. I've also seen people use a low, like 1 copy Awakened Belindas as well in this sort of phase on top of that. You can see my Liberta is at Legendary, and I've got 1 bonus copy. I've actually lucked out and summoned him twice on the standard banner. So that's where we are super lucky with my Liberta as well. And eventually I will be able to get more investment into him. But currently, my Damon is also level 200. And if you look at my Rem, she is level 240. But because of the big power difference, you can see this enemy is 5 billion power. And this enemy, 5 million. Dude, I hate it. I hate it how they have the 4 numbers and then the K. I'm just stupid, okay? So this is a 5.8 million and this is an 11 million power. So this one's so much weaker that I can actually use the Damon at level 200. This stage I am kind of stuck at, but for the rest of these stages, if we go ahead and we take a look, formations, you can see this is me here. This was team 1. If we go for a look and have a quick look-see, this is the Rem team. Now, because I'm using Rem without the use of my bones, that is why we need so much investment on Rem. That is why she's taking the gear away from him. That is why she's also at level 240. And keep in mind, this was when I was auto battling this for like over an hour to get this victory. So that is why we need the hyper investment into Rem currently to be able to do those kinds of things. Now, if we go back into this one here, for instance, you can see this one, once again, we've just got the bones pairing him with the Daemon, and that is enough with a level 200 Daemon to get us through some of these stages. But once again, if it turns out that Rem is easy clearing stage and I'm struggling with the Daemon side, then I can go ahead and I can swap some of that gear over to my Daemon to beef him up further, helping with survivability, helping with damage, so that he can survive. But once again, because I've got that 30 signature item bones on the team and he's ascended, so he has decent stats, that is what is allowing me to do this stuff kind of reliably. So that is a look at that stage. Once again, we've got some other stages that we've cleared. If we go over to this one here, we go formations. That's me there. You can see, once again, we are using the Rem in this one, and then we are using the Daemon again over there. So that is what I am actually using at the moment, and I do think Daemon is a great option. Once again, I feel like Scarlet, great option. Awakened Belinda is definitely another option, but what I'm planning to do is hopefully keep Daemon in there. Now, the other thing I mentioned about Daemon is he doesn't require a ton of investment. You can see I've got him to 20 signature item. I'm not really interested in the 30. Engravings are not crazy. It's one of those ones. Any investment on a hero who is your carry is going to be worth it, but Daemon just functions at low investment, which is why he is so valuable to me and why he is the one that I am currently using to get through this phase. Now, eventually we'll hit 3-team phase. I'm hoping I can do some more Stargaze and get my Liberta built up for that phase, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm pretty sure it's chapter 34 that we hit 3 teams, so we do have a fair bit to go. Once again, we're only like 10 days into this account. So let's jump in. I'll show you guys where we're at currently and the kind of workaround. Now, I could once again put bones on the Rem team and then shivving it around, but to do that I would have to have a higher invested Daemon, and I don't think he's going to do these stages without the bones. Bones is such a critical unit in these early phases of 2 enemy teams that I just really wish I could have had 2 copies of bones. But that is where we're at. So let's go in. I'll show you guys this stage. Now, I've got this stage very, very close, but it's not quite there. You'll see I've had this stage, I've been auto battling it for a while, where I can get all of my team alive when only the Brutus is alive on the enemy team and the Brutus caps me. I just can't find a way to keep Rem alive to ult. But then the Brutus not clap my entire team. So you can see here we get the Brutus pretty low. We got, I have tried it with the Slumber Seal as well. The Slumber Seal makes me feel like I get close, but not close enough. And you can see on this spin, that is where we always get done in. So I do think eventually we will get this, but this just shows you pretty much how annoying Brutus is for Rem teams, essentially. Brutus is like the most annoying character in the game, in the early game. The dude, like any stage you have issues on, you know it's going to be a Brutus stage. But let's have a couple more tries, see if we can get it here. You can see we got the 3, but the problem with all melee characters is they group up and then Brutus just spins and away you go. Now, like I said, I have had this once where I do keep Rowan alive as well, and it got super close to getting us there. But once again, we just missed out. But let's see if we can get a close one. Okay, oh, the Rem ult was coming, but just not quick enough to keep the Rowan alive. And you can see the other thing is we have Jerome in this team, but once again, Jerome is another unit that wants to run into melee and get himself killed. So I have tried a bunch of different formations. I do think eventually I will get this one. If I leave it on for a few hours, I should get that on auto replays. But I wanted to show you guys the Daemon one as well, because this is the other formation that we are working on. Now, I haven't tested this one as thoroughly, but this team is all about basically surviving until we get bones onto Daemon, and then hopefully we can rotate those shields and keep these 2 alive. And as you can see, bones goes on, gets the protection. Daemon's about to use his ultimate. Okay, we got spun on by the Brutus and the Athalia didn't die. So once again, these battles, we start taking a ton of retries to get these to work, and as you get more investment into more characters, being the signature items, the furniture, the engravings, then this stuff will get a lot easier. But in this early phase, we are getting into that chunk of absolute hellishness of trying to clear this stuff. But once again, we will be able to clear this stuff. It just does take a million tries to go ahead and get it. If I could get the Liberta to do 1 ultimate, I think it would actually add enough value to get us across the line. You can see we're down to just a Brutus, and we do manage to get it there. So that is the power of the bones. Once again, that is a level 200 Daemon. I am using the level 240 Rem over here on this team. Now, I do need a bunch of dust before I can get Daemon to 220. Once I get him to 220, hopefully this stuff gets a bit easier. But honestly, as you can see there, because of the power of bones, Daemon isn't really the issue. So I will probably actually level up maybe like a Theus to try and get better tanking in this Rem team, because it is the Rem team. Basically, it's going to be whichever team you don't have bones in is going to be your team that struggles the most. So let's go ahead here again and see if we can get a couple more runs at it, just to see if we can get a victory. But once again, I do find Damon to be that really nice second damage dealer, and I have left him on the wish list to get as many stars into him, because my thought is he's going to be my carry for a bit. You can see this, we survived with every character alive until this point, but unfortunately the Brutus spins and we've got the full melee. I've tried a bunch of different characters that stay at range to try and get through this one, but the Antandra, for some reason, this is the only team I've been able to piece together where Antandra doesn't one-tap my Rem with the lunge, and it's pretty much just where we're stuck. So I think eventually we will get the RNG where we can kill this Brutus, but once again, his ult just murders us. Now, once again, I have tried it as well with my idea was that we get the extra dodge here and maybe dodge the ultimate from the Brutus. I have tried it with the Slumber Seal as well, and dude, we have gotten so close with Slumber Seal. I'm talking like Brutus at like 3% HP, but he just gets his ult off and ruins the day every time. Let's see. So he spins backwards there. So this is going to be the perfect example of Brutus absolutely trolling me in this game. We're going to get another stun here. He gets the spin, and as you can see, like that is perfect example. Brutus was at about 2% HP. So it's at the point where maybe if I upgrade my gear a tiny bit on my Theus, we might be able to get through this one. But as you can see, that is sort of where we're at. I do need to get some upgrades into this, man, but the dude is such a beast without any upgrades, so it doesn't really matter. But once again, that is where we're at. I just wanted to show you guys, talk about the second DPS, because in my previous video where I talked about the best team for early progression, people were already asking me about, what about when we hit chapter 31 and we need a second team? What are you doing? That is essentially what I'm doing for my second team at the moment. But yeah, let me know what you guys are doing. Let me know if you guys have tested anyone else in this phase. I still really like Damon. But like I said, I know Scarlet is an option. I know Awakened Blind is an option. But let me know what else you guys have done with standard 4-faction characters. Or low ascension other characters. I'm very curious to see. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for this one. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.